What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Conspiracy Corner Podcast. This is Abe, your host. It is July 2nd, 2025. I hope y'all enjoyed the last episode, the listener email one. I messed up. I didn't put tags on it, so... And if you know anything about YouTube, you're supposed to put tags on it, like, as soon as it comes out, so that way it can reach a bigger audience. And I didn't realize till like a whole day had went by, and I'm like, fuck, I didn't put tags on it. So, but it got like 12 views, so that's cool. The person did message me, email me back again. I might discuss it a little bit another day because I don't know, man. She got into some crazy shit, like werewolf type shit, shadow people, some cool shit. I would love to interview the person, but if you listened to the episode, you kind of understand her situation, so I don't think that's gonna happen. Hopefully the phone does not overheat today, because it's pretty hot here in Kentucky. I have been podcasting at the house, but I kind of woke up late, so I figured I'd just do like I used to do and podcast in the car before work. So yeah, dude, like last night, man, I had fucking like acid reflux shit going on, so I did not sleep very well. Like, I tossed and turned all night, so I think that's why I ended up sleeping so late today, man. Like, till like 1 in the afternoon when I normally get up at like 10, you know. But like, dude, have you ever had it where it's like, it's gross, it sounds gross, but it like keeps coming up your throat while you're laying down trying to sleep, and you keep like gagging on it, or having to swallow? It's like a pressure. And then I know this is fucking gross, but like, dude, like the only way to make it stop is to like force yourself to puke it up, and it's like literally just yellow stomach acid. Like, yeah. So I was hacking that up this morning. Yesterday, dude, I just felt a little under the weather, and for one, that's why I forgot to add those tags. I felt like dog shit yesterday, I ain't gonna lie. And it was my own doing. So I went to a liquor store, because I get a couple beers for after work, which I'm doing decent, you know. I only drank like 2 beers after work, you know. And they got this little shelf, and on the shelf is like basically alcohol products that companies send them, and they try it out, and if they like it, they'll sell it, you know. If they don't, then they'll sell just the individual, like, 1 can. So they had like a whole clearance shelf of like, and I found like probably like 6 different cans of different stuff, like bourbon Coke, and they were all like $2 a piece. They were on sale, so I'm like, I just went through and got them all. My dumb ass drunk them all in like one night, and just woke up the next day feeling like complete and utter dog shit. And I was like, why did you do that, Abe? Yeah, I got pretty lit and like just drank a shit ton in like one night, you know, and just was hung over the next day. And dude, it was so bad. It was like a nervous hungover. Like, I don't know if you've ever felt that before, but like the next day, like you're super fucking anxious. Like, you feel like you're gonna have a panic attack, and you just physically feel like shit. And I think it's your body, like your brain going like, whoa, you almost killed me last night, you know. I'm anxious now. Like, it was just bad, dude. Yesterday was rough. I was so glad to come home, make love, and go to fucking bed and play a little bit of Zelda. I'm playing a Minish Cap right now. I just beat Dungeon 1 last night. did a bunch of side quest shit. I got like a keystone bag, a kinstone bag, a bigger wallet so I can carry more rupees, and I learned the spin attack. So that's what's going on with that. Whenever I do finish it, I'll review it and stuff. But let's get on with the show. So this is fucking crazy, and apparently this is not the only town that this happened in. I've recently found out it happened in like 2 other towns. One was South Carolina or North Carolina. So a small town in Michigan, and this is like outside of Detroit. They said it's near Detroit. Lost power. Hang on just a second. I just hate people eavesdropping, man. She is pretty though. She's got a very distinguished face. Alright. So hopefully you can hear me alright. A small town in Michigan lost power, and then they saw a huge blue ball UFO. I actually have seen they call them fireball type UFOs. We've covered it on this channel before. One is an episode I did. I think I had titled it My First Live Stream. So go check that episode out, because I talk about my UFO experiences. They call it in ufology, they call it a fireball type UFO. Mine were orange and red. This one was a gigantic blue orb style UFO. And a huge red one. So there's a blue one and a red one. So the classic red one like I've seen. We also covered on this channel years ago, and this was before I even started podcasting, when I would just do short videos, talking conspiracy and shit. There was a Columbus UFO sighting. Columbus, when he came over here, I can already hear people in the comments, that story's bullshit. Okay. I mean, take this with a grain of salt then. You know what I mean? Because I know there's a lot of conspiracy about Columbus and how much of his story's bullshit. They made him into like a hero when he was really just like a fucking pirate, you know, who was raping and murdering Native Americans coming over here. Like, Columbus was a scumbag. I get it. But he did write in his diaries that he's seen green UFO orbs coming out of the water. So this is why, like, I'm an ancient astronaut theorist. This is why I don't think that every UFO we see is like blue beam or government, military, top secret aircraft. I don't believe that 100% of them are fake. I've seen it with my own eyes in modern times, but I mean, you have all these accounts of people seeing UFO in ancient times and talking about them. I mean, there's something to the ancient astronaut theory, you know. Now, am I saying it's like physically aliens? I don't fucking know. I don't even know what space is. I don't even know if the world's flat or round. You guys know me. I'm very agnostic when it comes to space and space travel, and because, you know, I don't believe in like the moon landing and all that shit. And so when they seen this big red and blue, but the Columbus, the ones he's seen were green. I don't think I mentioned that. They were green orbs coming up out of the water, so they were USOs, unidentified submerged objects, and they were coming out of the water and flying around his ship out in the middle of the ocean. Interesting shit. So whenever they seen this blue and red UFO, all their phones got taken over, their cell phones, and they basically heard a message come through their phone, like everyone's phone in this area who's seen this UFO. And listen to this shit, dude. It said, "We are the Anunnaki and we are here." So Um, this is so fucking weird. So we've covered the Anunnaki throughout the years. I've done several episodes. There's one called Alalu's Adventure. Go check that out. Lost Book of Enki book review. Anunnaki Search for Gold. The first Anunnaki to land on Earth. I did tons of episodes. We were going through the Lost Book of Enki. You know, we never really finished it, but I did a bunch of episodes on the Anunnaki. I believe in the Anunnaki. Now, do I believe they're aliens from Nibiru? Like I said, I don't know. Nibiru could honestly be more of like a realm. Kind of like if you get into like Nordic mythology, they believe in realms and parallel dimensions and shit. It could be a realm, you know. I don't know what Nibiru is, but I do believe that we were visited in the past by the Anunnaki, aka fallen angels, aka aliens, aka interdimensional beings, aka archons, aka jinn, aka angels, aka lowercase gods, whatever you want to call them. You guys know me, I've said it 1,000 times on this channel that I think everyone in the community argues about, oh, they're fallen angels, oh, they're demons, oh, they're the old gods, oh, they're aliens. Like, everyone argues, and I think we're talking about the same fucking shit. Like, the term alien. Me and my buddy were talking to my other buddy, and he like used to be really big into ufology, and then he got into flat earth. And he's like, I don't believe in aliens, they're demons. And we literally looked at him and we're like, bro, demons are aliens. Alien simply means that it's alien to this world. So demons would technically be aliens. Anything that is not of this world is an alien. An angel is an alien. It's just a term, you know? We're all talking about the same fucking shit. It's just everyone gets so fucking caught up in semantics. And I have a buddy, he's a Christian, you know? And he's like super Christian, but like sometimes I tell him, man, I do tell him, I'm like, homie, we're on the same team. It's just there's like slight little differences. We're never going to be 100% on the same team, because he's like against witchcraft, he's against you know, all that shit, and it's like, well, I'm a witch, you know. But it's like we're both fighting against the elites, you know, the evil ones, whatever they are, Sabbatean Frankist, fucking Illuminati, whatever you want to call them, you know. We're both on the same team. There's just those little tiny little differences, you know, where we'll never see eye to eye. And that's fine. I don't want the community to be all on the same wavelength. But I do believe in the Anunnaki. And I do believe that we have been visited by something that altered the human DNA. We went from like Neanderthal to Homo erectus. Where is all the in-betweens? You know what I mean? I don't believe in evolution. And even when you read the Bible, the original Hebrew is Elohim, let us create man in our image. People hate hearing that. Christians hate hearing that. And they go, well, he's talking about the angels, you know. But Hebrew, like the Jewish religion, which I think were honestly just the Phoenicians originally, they're polytheist, man. Like, most people don't even know that Jehovah, Yahweh, had a wife, you know. There's literally a scene in the Bible, and we'll cover it one day for an episode, where he divorces his wife. Like, and they found like old idols and shit that the ancient Jews were worshiping Yahweh, Jehovah, and his wife. You know, she was essentially like a earth goddess, fertility goddess, like Mother Earth. You know. So then around 10 o'clock p.m., all the people whose phones got taken over and everyone who was outside watching this red and blue UFO started getting telepathic messages of, we are here and we're here to help you. So everyone keeps discussing on these like TikTok commentary videos. Apparently there's a bunch of people in the conspiracy community that keep talking about that the Pentagon is in contact or knows that the Anunnaki are returning. And I tried looking it up the other day because I was looking at this story. Phone's starting to overheat. Fuck. I was looking at this story and I was like, well, where are all these people getting this info from that the Pentagon has mentioned Anunnaki and the Anunnaki return? Because I can't find it anywhere. I literally can't find it anywhere. So if you know, send me a link in the comments or something. I can't find this shit. But I'm very skeptical of everything and anything I see. Once I learned about Project Bluebeam, it kind of blew my mind and kind of made me very skeptical of ufology in general. Because now and honestly, not even just ufology, I think Jesus returned too. Because essentially the whole theory of the Bluebeam theory is that like, they're going to project like an alien homecoming, a return of the Anunnaki gods or whatever, or Jesus coming back, and or both. So honestly, a lot of these Christians who believe in the rapture and shit, I'm like, homie, you're gonna get fooled too. Like, you're gonna get fooled, and the UFO alien people are gonna get fooled. Everyone's gonna get fooled. So, I don't know. I'm very skeptical. I'm very interested. And it could be the Anunnaki. Who knows? They could be returning. Of like, hey, we just want to check and see what you guys have done to our planet since we left. And if it is the actual real Anunnaki, dude, they're going to be fucking pissed. They're going to be like, you guys created, nuclear bombs and atomic weapons and viruses and, what the fuck is CERN? You guys are trying to find dark matter and turn lead to gold. They're going to be fucking pissed, dude. And hopefully, if it is the actual Anunnaki, dude, wouldn't it be nice if they came back and, like, saved us from the elites and was, like, realized that the elites were, like, pure, dark, evil motherfuckers? Which, honestly, it would kind of tie in with the whole bunker shit, like all these elites building bunkers right now, that maybe they know that the Anunnaki are returning and they're gonna just hide in their bunkers and be like, yep, we're not coming out, yep, you don't know we're here, I'm not leaving my room, doubtful, but wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice? I don't know, what do you guys think, man? Because if the Pentagon's talking about the Anunnaki, which I haven't seen these documents, I would love to know what everyone's fucking talking about. Because no one's showing these documents, no one's posting links or anything. They just keep saying the Pentagon's talking about the Anunnaki returning. And I'm like, okay, where's show me the documents, show me the paper, where's the evidence? And even if there is evidence, is no one concerned that the Pentagon would be lying to us? I mean, we all know, dude, like every form, I would say not every, but like 90% of our different branches of government here in the United States are fucking corrupt. We just need a great reset, our great reset against the government. Like, the Pentagon's, we already know, through Operation Flicker, that they're like some of the biggest fucking child pornography distributors and traders and consumers, like, ever. So they're all pedophiles at the top of the Pentagon. Before you jump in the comments and freak the fuck out and say, oh, you don't support the troops, and my uncle's in the Marines, and he can kick your ass, and he's a good guy, blah, blah, blah. I'm not saying your uncle in the Marines. I'm saying these top generals and colonels, and they're fucking pedophiles, dude. Operation Flicker kind of proved that. CIA's corrupt, FBI's corrupt, so all forms of government are illegal, as Bob Marley would say. And they're all fucking corrupt, dude. They're all fucking chomos. And why wouldn't they? I don't know, man. Everyone says that Bluebeam would be the last card, because you got like Warner von Braun, who says, that the last card they would pull would be alien invasion, or a meteor. I don't know. I just don't trust my government. I don't trust something. I don't know. I'm very skeptical and very nervous. I don't trust anyone or anything, So, let's get on with the next story. This one, honestly, kind of makes me sad. And I might have to wrap up pretty quick because I got to get going into work here in a little bit. Like I said, I woke up fucking late. So, Frankie Valli was a part of a band. It was like a doo-wop group, or like a kind of like an old boy band from like the 1950s or 60s. He's like 90 something years old, and just go look up Frankie Valli. He did like a bunch of songs back in the day, and I just remember that, I don't remember what band it was, but they sound like ooh, ooh, that type of music. He's still touring, and I didn't really get into the whole conspiratorial part of it until I seen someone's TikTok video on it, of kind of linking it with an old Bob Dylan interview, where Bob Dylan was being interviewed by some black guy. I can't remember the guy's name. I'm pouring sweat over here. But this dude was asking Bob, like, hey man, why do you keep doing it? And I'll try to get the words as exact as Bob said, but he said, because I have my end of the deal to hold up. And he said, a deal with who? Should we ask? And he said, well, the king of this world. And the guy said, and what else? And he said, king of this world and the other one, the chief commander. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, is this motherfucker literally saying he sold his soul to the devil? And he has to hold up his end of the deal, like. So it made me wonder, like, I started thinking about, as weird as it sounds, the movie Space Jam, when, well, we're talking about aliens and shit. Like, dude, now that I have a tinfoil hat, like, that movie is so fucking, I could do a whole movie review on Space Jam for this channel on my Conspiracy Cinema segment. That movie's so cryptic with conspiracy shit. Like, first of all, they're monsters. They're aliens from another planet. They're going to enslave Michael Jordan. And, like, he even has that scene of, like, where he would have to sit chained to a table, like, signing thousands of autographs. And, that he would be chained up so he couldn't jump and do slam dunks, and people could pay to beat him and make fun of him and shit. like creepy dark shit, but it kind of makes you think about like that deal with the devil that all these elites supposedly make. Now, do I think that they're making deals with the actual devil? No. Because I don't really believe so much in like a red guy who lives in the middle of the earth. I do believe there is an entity called Lucifer. Maybe it's an interdimensional being, a Dyson sphere, I don't know, an angel, something interdimensional, an archon. I don't know. But this Frankie Valli videos that keep going around, and just Google it, YouTube it, man. It's so fucking sad, dude. He's literally like on stage, like he's got the 1,000-yard stare, and they're playing audio of him singing way back in the day when he was like in his 20s, and they're playing that in the background, and he's literally like half-assed lip syncing to it. He's like his mouth is barely moving, and it's insane. Like the band is all just like, yeah, like going along with it. But I got to thinking, dude, I'm like, he's like 90 something years old. He has to be like a fucking millionaire. He can't be broke unless like his family, because he looks senile, so unless his family is like forcing him to go on tour, or they just took all his fucking money, you know? Like slowly siphoned it from him. Because if he is senile, that means he would be like, he wouldn't be in charge of his own estate. I'm sure he would have like a caretaker. Somebody did something legally to become his guardian, his legal guardian, which means they would control his money. Whether it be something like the whole Britney Spears thing, or, you know what I mean? So maybe someone is forcing him to work, you know? But I don't know, dude. I feel like if I won the lotto, I would start businesses, and honestly I would work still. But at 90 something years old, nah, dude, my ass would have retired years ago if I would still be alive, because I've treated my body like an amusement park all my life, you know. I don't know. The whole thing's fucking nuts. But essentially the theory is, did Frankie Valli sell his soul to Satan, the devil? Does he have to hold up his end of the deal for the chief commander of this world and the next, you know? In the words of Bob Dylan. It's just interesting. It's interesting. So I think we're going to wrap it up there. Next episode, I'll probably do another listener email episode. Like I said, I would love to interview this person. I don't see it happening with her current situation. I hope y'all enjoyed more of like an older style episode. If I get up early enough tomorrow, I will be probably podcasting from the house again, because it's fucking hot. I just ran out of time today. But yeah, and I got a nice comment on the last episode, yesterday's episode. Someone, Lukester, commenting on Spotify. Shout out to him. He comments on quite a few episodes, and it's always uplifting and nice and cool. So shout out to him. Thanks for listening. He said something like, yeah, this episode was deep, you know. And Lukester, go check out the Miss McGillicuddy episodes, dude. Those ones are pretty good. They're long, but yeah, like in the words of Sam Tripoli, we go deep, homeboy, you know. But yeah, honestly, and I said a lot of stuff in yesterday's episode that maybe a lot of people didn't know, and I don't know if I had ever talked about those specific things of my life that were just rough, and kind of lets you see into my world of why I am the way I am, you know. I don't know, it's just the way I am. But we're going to wrap it up there. I love you all. Please like, share, and subscribe. I have a Buy Me a Coffee account set up. So if you want to donate $1, just go in the channel description and donate if you want. But y'all have a good day.